These two rhinos are victims of poaching. They were young calves when their mothers were poached and found in the reserves, and then moved to the Hoedspruit Endangered Species Centre, where they received the necessary veterinary care, nutrition, and the care that's involved with raising a small baby.
Orphans alone really battle, so these two were paired together as company and have been together ever since.
Every orphan is testimony to a tragedy. Every orphan is heartbreaking. They have obviously formed a very close bond, and it's great to see how they just stick together throughout this process.
It was important for us to attempt to bring them back, because historically reintroductions back into the open system, it has been difficult.
And these two have been taken care of extremely well, and it's bound to be a huge success story if they can roam free and wild in the Greater Kruger again.
To make this happen, we had to go to HESC, get the vets. They've got a great drug combination.
So we went into the boma where they're kept. It's about 100 hectare size boma, and then we just move into the area. They're very, very relaxed. I mean, fortunately, they're very used to people, so we don't have to chase them around with helicopters or anything like that. And then you try and dart them as quickly as possible. So we were very lucky. I mean, we got both darts in pretty quickly. They were almost too close. So they went down nicely together, and with two vets available there, myself and Ben, it means that one person can manage each rhino and everything goes a little bit quicker. Essentially, one of the most important things with rhino is to get them in the right position. So we position them nicely, make sure they're comfortable, and then we start with the processing purpose, and that's inserting microchips, making sure that we've got all the samples that we need, and then notching them for the reserve purposes. And then just prior to we administer the reversal, and just after that we use an electric prodder, essentially, just to stimulate them a little bit. It doesn't shock excessively hard, but it's just a light stimulus just to get them to lift their heads and then their hindquarters, and once they're up, you don't have to prod them at all. You can just sort of walk them like that.
The magnitude of what we're doing really hit home that day when I saw these two rhinos being walked into the crates, and the crates lifted onto the truck, and these rhinos are going back into the open system.
Transport them here, again, temperatures, that's why the day is important. The temperature must not be too hot, and bring them to the boma site. They need to be lifted off with a crane, and the crate needs to be placed correctly at the boma so that there's no injuries, and that they can be gently then moved from the crate into the boma.
Fortunately, these guys traveled really, really well. They were very relaxed. They walked off into the boma very nicely.
Where they find already fresh food and water and time to relax. And the fact that they've been out now as long as they have, and are surviving, eating well, integrating with the other wildlife, it's an incredibly satisfying feeling, and gives us great hope that this can be done more and more, that it can become more the norm.
So it's a great privilege to be able to bring them back to Balule and give them a chance of a free, natural life in an open system. A massive thank you, because it's teamwork that made this a success.